Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to Destiny 2 Forsaken. And today we are actually going to be looking at the new Sunbreaker subclass, Code of the Devastator. So, Code of the Devastator is going to give you the new super Burning Maul, which instead of giving you a bunch of little hammers to throw, it's going to give you one big hammer that you're just going to hit everyone with. So your left click while you're in Burning Maul is going to be a spinning hammer attack, while your right click is going to be like a shockwave type fire effect, kind of like the thermite grenade, only when it gets to a target, it's actually going to create almost a sunspot and launch everyone into the air at the end. So your next ability is going to be your throwing hammer. Now this is pretty much what makes this class fun to play. You get a little mini hammer, kind of like the normal Sunbreaker hammers that you throw, only this one's bound to your melee. It's not a one-shot, but against little mobs and stuff, you'll one-shot them. And this is going to throw out the hammer, it'll hit something. It can actually bounce and hit multiple people, but it doesn't auto-track, so it's kind of angle based and rare that it actually hits other things. But then you can just go pick it up and completely refresh the cooldown of your hammer. So a lot of people just kind of chase around their hammer a lot and just use that instead of actually using their guns. And what works well with that here is the Tireless Warrior. It's just going to give you health regen, so you can actually afford to run into the middle of a group of enemies and pick up that hammer again. Unfortunately, to throw your hammer a second time, you have to put a little bit of distance between yourself. So if you didn't kill the guy, you like run up, grab the hammer, and then you like jump and backpedal or something to try and get some distance so you can throw the hammer again, because if you're too close, just like many of the hunter melees, you'll just punch him in the face instead of throwing your hammer, which you want to throw the hammer because this last perk, Roaring Flames, whenever you get a kill with a solar ability, your damage increases with abilities. So if you finish someone off with your hammer, that's a solar ability. It'll stack to 1, it stacks up to 3 times, and you'll start getting a lot more damage. This will apply to your grenades. Most people use thermite grenades. You can also use fusion or incendiary, just depending on what you prefer, but your main thing is going to be if you have Roaring Flames stacked and then you go into your super, you're actually going to do way more damage because that is an ability. So let's kind of look at what's going on. I'm hidden in this little room, but we can throw our hammer here and it'll just kind of stick to that wall. We run into it, pick it up, it bounces off of stuff just like that. But let's find some enemies. So we got a flag here. We got some scorn over here. So we throw our hammer, kill that guy, run past. Okay, hold on. Excuse me, pardon me. So we still got Roaring Flames. Where did you come from? Did you just eat my hammer? Excuse me. Alright. I'm just trying to kill the other guy. Yep, just like that. So we have 2 Roaring Flames, unfortunately not 3, but now I don't want to talk about it. So the goal there was to super kill the boss or the high value target or whatever, but we could still use the super to spin around on everyone's face, and we gotta go get that hammer. But we got 3 Roaring Flames now. We got that mostly from our super, and then we can continue it with hammer kills. So every time we get another kill, it'll reset that 15-second timer. And enemies also take cover when they're next to the hammer, because the hammer actually explodes after a short amount of time. So you can kind of throw it near them like that, and then they'll take cover. Like if you throw a grenade next to them. So that's a way that you can stop people from shooting at you. But as you can see, this is just like, it's almost like a mini game. You run around, throw your hammer at things, go pick up hammer, and rinse and repeat. With fully stacked Roaring Flames, we can actually one-shot that captain even through his shield. And I just completed a bounty apparently. But yeah, it makes, like, that bounty, all I did is run around and throw a hammer at things. And it was a fantastic time. This class is definitely very fun to play. You'll find yourself constantly chasing your hammer. I actually have a funny little thing where I was trying to get hammer chain kills and I chained a whole bunch and then the hammer just fell off the cliff. And if it falls off the cliff, you're not getting that hammer back, so you're not refreshing your cooldown. So I'll show that right here real quick. So here I'm on kind of like a little hammer throwing spree. I've got Roaring Flames fully stacked. And then I see this last guy and boop. And there it goes. It's a very sad moment in any Sunbreaker's life to watch their hammer disappear. And now we're back here with try number 2 at killing this captain who has now returned. So we are going to do the same idea. Oh my gosh. We're going to stack Roaring Flames. Okay. Ooh. He's trying to catch me. Alright, we got it stacked. Just gonna get out of this thing. And here we go. We'll hit him with a spin and then we'll show this. Okay, hold on. Oh, you can see how he's kind of like in the air. And we just kind of like melted him. 3 times Roaring Flames. We do way too much damage for him to handle. And he just dies immediately. So, I guess people are probably asking themselves, should you go for this class? I know at the beginning of the game, you only start with 1 seed of light. I have had the chance to do 2 of the subclass upgrades. I still have yet to get the one from the raid. But all in all, the hammer throwing is fun. Roaring Flames is very good, and you're gonna be a super strong like solo titan. But I don't really think it's ever gonna replace your melting point right here, which I guess is called Hammer Strike in this game. But the melting point is just too valuable on big bosses, so maybe you don't go for this one. I know that a lot of people are liking Code of the Commander on Sentinel right now, so maybe look at both of them, weigh your odds, and then make a choice. This class is definitely fun. You'll definitely have a good time running around with your hammer. You won't be using ammo, and you'll be pretty survivable. You can definitely do strikes and stuff like this where you don't need to be as optimal with your setup. Either way, I hope that this will help you make a decision, maybe just give you an idea of what this subclass does, how it all works, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.